Alex answer here. It is July 23rd, 2016. A very sober moment this morning, contemplating the feelings I have inside, the reality that we're seeing, the future that we're walking into. And it is so many different ways to describe it. Godshot, moment of clarity. It's beyond words. The feelings that I'm feeling inside. As I see people that I truly believe know better, or have the cognitive ability to know better. You know, we saw this in 2008 with Barack Obama. We saw this. We saw a version of this. We were already here before. We're actually very well experienced. Seeing the masses up in arms over a candidate they think is going against the establishment, a candidate that they think will bring them positive change. Because change is the only reality. That's a traditional Eastern belief. But what kind of change are we actually going to see? I uploaded the Donald Trump RNC speech highlights. I have uploaded the current manifestation of Alex Jones, his recent appearances at several RNC events, and the caricature that he is now playing in lockstep with Donald Trump. See, years and years ago, when Alex was doing good work, it was very hard for some of us to see him as someone that was intentionally trying to mislead people. He was just viewed as someone that was over the top, someone that would exaggerate the facts to where, you know, when people criticized Alex Jones, it was really about how the information was being delivered, not so much the information itself. Now, the information itself has completely changed. And I look at other individuals that I will not name, and I'm gravely disappointed in them. Because there's no way, in my eyes and perception, there's no way that they don't know better. They do know better. Certain people have a history, a track record of saying that the ISIS is the CIA, so on and so forth. To turn around and pledge their support to this day behind Donald Trump. And I can feel that they're conscious, they're at war with their conscience. Those individuals that are not completely gone, that have not been completely taken by this new world order propaganda machine, those that still have some values, those that still have some feelings. But when you start to compromise yourself and walk down a certain road and promote someone that not only is using these false flag terror attacks to talk about banning people from entire countries where they are afflicted by terrorism. So you have Afghanistan, you have Iraq, you have countries that are quote unquote compromised by terror because they've been destabilized. And these people know these countries have been destabilized. And they know that there are forces behind ISIS. And they will still back Donald Trump. You know, there's a reason why Laura Ingraham is fucking with people's minds, if that's what she's doing, when she, to quite a few people, appears to make a Nazi salute. Others will say, no, she's not making a Nazi salute. She's waving. Okay, this is absurd. Laura clearly telegraphed a salute, and that it metamorphed into a wave. So there'll be that continuous debate. Well, no, she didn't really do that. Well, even the mainstream media. And reporters there have ran with the headline questioning what it is that she's doing. Of course, the media will play this up. Listen carefully. As things move forward with the Donald Trump presidency, have you yet considered how much unrest by design will be taking place within the United States, leading up to, as I said before, the 2020s and the staged, managed world war scenario that will follow all of this divide and conquer? There's a reason why Putin is in favor of a Trump presidency. But you and I both get to witness the absolute collapse of cognitive function in our society here and now, with the amount of volunteer, freelance Donald Trump apologists, as if they know him, as if he's done something for him. Just like those people that supported Barack Obama, as if they knew him, as if Obama had done something for them. It's almost overwhelming to even do a video about. I know you can hear the tension in my voice. There's nothing staged about this video. There's nothing scripted about this video. It's like a sense of a heavy heart. I feel this overwhelming sense of danger as we cross this threshold from 2016 into 17. And it's not from Al-Qaeda. And why would I even use a term that a man who became a monster actually coined? And how sad is this? We need to actually have a moment with God. And we need to see how the forces of darkness have used many men and women in the past as well as the present to cause massive confusion amongst the people. You look at what's offered when you go on the subscriptions tab of YouTube, and it's just all nonsense, all fluff. Very few. I appreciate those of you that are watching this channel. You know as well as I how small this channel is in comparison with many others. Because I don't give the people what they want to hear. No, most of the people are not looking for truth. They want to hear what they want to hear. And whether an Obama supporter or a Trump supporter, both of those groups will fail to see the similarity in the packaging, in the symbolism. And when they speak before the American flags, the red, white, and blue, when they speak behind the podium and they use the same buzzwords, and when you see that certain pitches, certain speeches are far more epic than others when they are meant to make that kind of an impact. The very quality of their speeches, in some cases, is by design. So we look at the recent speech of Donald Trump, which I've uploaded, and it's everything I thought it would be. We're going into the Fourth Reich. The very people that should be helping us expose the destruction of this country are too busy saying, if you're not with us, you're with George Soros. If you're not with us, you're with Barack Obama. You're with the libtards. You're with the terrorists. And I want you, as we close this segment, I'll be back with more. I want you to contemplate how in documentaries and films, people would play George Bush saying, you're either with us or you're with the terrorists, to illustrate the fascism that we were going into at that time. And then look at Alex Jones, suggest that Chunk is a supporter of Saudi Arabia and jihadism when he's asked to leave the set after disrupting it. You know, there's actually someone that says, fuck you, you Arab. Alex Jones woke up the world in response to one of my videos. And the fact of the matter is, you know, and there's constantly new viewers all the time that are just shocked that I'm a little bit different and that I'll talk about it, because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to know that the guy that's actually talking to them on video is half Afghani, half white, born in America, and is actually one of the few in the alternative media warning about this upcoming Third World War, where there is a blueprint to occupy American soil. And for the globalists, those that actually really do control the New World Order, not the G.I. Joe candy bar, junk food McDonald's version of the conspiracy, as seen on Infowars.com, but the real game plan. So on a level, yes, I continue moving forward without fear, but it's not without sadness, because I have done so much to try to help Americans, white Americans, not to mention documenting white off-gridders being kicked off their land in Costilla County, where they're trying to pull their Hispanic version of the Trump card. Make Costilla Hispanic again. No. And it's sad. And it's heartbreaking to know that so many people that I've tried to help, so many white Americans that I've tried to help, so many white Americans in the past that I called my friends. Alex Jones himself, an inspiration for me to get involved in alternative media a long time ago. And yes, I started to see the shifts in him after 2007, 2006, 2007, going to the next level of evil after 2012 and in recent years. And then the hiring of Joe Biggs, putting out fake reports about ISIS crossing the Mexico border. They're actually, with that story, they're coming out as white supremacists. They are blurring the lines, by the way, between a regular Muslim and the radical. But it's blurred to the point where, for the average ignoramus, there's very little difference between anyone of Middle Eastern blood and ISIS, even though they may subscribe to media outlets and sources that will tell them that ISIS was created by the CIA. The reality is schizophrenia, just like we saw with Obama. I saw it in Portland. I saw the schizophrenia in real time. The Obama sticker next to the coexistence sticker. And with Trump, it's Make America Great Again next to what Trump is saying, which is actually going to end up with America being attacked by superpower nations. Not terrorists with dirty bombs, but something big is going to follow this. And it is right in line to a T with everything that I've been saying at least since 2008. Of course, in 2008, Trump wasn't running, but the issue still was these maneuvers building up to the Third World War, where the United States is not designed to win. At least not at first. There's definitely something still in the works that this Donald Trump card, not so much a wild card, it's a Trump card, is going to catapult. The very things they have entrapped Americans to do unto others will be done to them. You think I want to be in a major city as the rest of this unrest comes about? You think simply because I'm putting out this message that the Trump protesters will find this channel and find my other research? Absolutely not. This is controlled chaos. I actually had a friend tell me I'm not hard enough on Nazis because I don't support, this mindless street fighting in California and other places where you have one group here and one group there If you look carefully and get outside your own political bias, you can see controlled chaos everywhere. And that's where people want to argue with Alex Ansary and say, Alex, you're too soft because you're not for chaos. You're a philosopher, and your philosophies have no value. That's what they're actually saying. Well, I'm here to help shed light on something that needs to be discussed. And I'm more interested in the few people that I may be helping through this podcast series and video series and my shows than waking the whole world up. I am not a slave to that theology, to that fallacy. I am free from such nonsensical thinking. As I close here, for those of you that are new to my work, I left the life of the major city years ago. For those of you that are so afraid of ISIS and so afraid of these things, why have you not gone off grid or invested thousands in a down payment? These steps now I've finally taken. And after years of, just working for myself, doing YouTube videos and running someone else's website who has very different political views than I've recently gone back to work as of about a month ago because I want to see my tiny home or woodshed or whatever finished on the property. Yes, I have always considered a possibility that my whereabouts are known to those that have an interest in keeping tabs on my whereabouts. There are creepy people also that are stalking this channel, and someone was dropping the name of the county that I was in recently in order to let me know that he is watching me and that he knows where I'm at. See, how do you continue going forward without spiritual backbone? I don't have that answer. But ultimately, this is a spiritual war. Ultimately, it's our responsibility to report, speak about things that we're passionate about or things that we come to understand or learn if it can help other people. But I understand not everybody feels the way that I do about this. But it's only because of the years of trying to help people on a number of different levels that I completely accept my future. And I seek to make my future a positive one in whatever ways I have the power to, despite the risk, despite the tear, despite things you're not hearing me discuss on this channel. It's very sad that so many white Americans have gone in this route of the racial divide that Donald Trump is catapulting. And you can even see this from Democrats. Sanders is not, as far as I'm concerned, an innocent party. Not when you galvanize the support that he has, and he's directing that to Clinton. So I'm going to come back with more of these short podcasts because we're really going to see things evolve, or shall I say devolve, between now and November 2016.